Hey, welcome to Too Hard, Too Fast podcast. In this episode, I am joined by Llamativa. We have 3 of the band members right now, but it is actually made up of 8 different females that play a whole bunch of the instruments up here, sing vocals. We have Alicia C for vocals. I'm going to have y'all introduce yourselves and then kind of just say what you guys do with the band. But after introductions, we'll talk about how the band got formed, what does Llamativa represent for y'all, and then we'll talk about the future of Llamativa, how you guys see it, and what message are you guys portraying, especially because you guys play a bunch of different genres in one gig. So we'll get to that. We'll see how much more we can talk about, and we'll have fun with it. So let's sit back, buckle up. Let's go too hard, too fast. Hey.
Hola, mi gente. You are with Llamativa, and we are going too
hard,
too fast.
Let's go. Oh, man, I'm already sweating. No. That towel's a secret, Alicia.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. It's actually my comfort. I smell it sometimes too.
Oh, you do? It's like your security towel?
Yeah.
I have an emotional support Ouida.
Ouida?
Yes.
Ouida. What is that?
That's the...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that what's over there?
Yes.
So that's that one, but I have another one, and it's like a Harry Potter stick, and I stopped using it because...
It's a guaracharaca, thank you.
Sorry.
That has a name.
Sorry, guaracharaca.
That's what it's called. It's louder than the Ouida if you play it right, but she doesn't play it right.
I'm not a percussionist. That is beyond my scope of things to know.
I don't know anything about that.
You want to fight this early?
Yeah, we can fight this early. But the thing is, she plays it. She knows how to play it right, but she doesn't like how you have to hold it. So that's why we just put her on a normal Ouida.
And because I was holding it like a Harry Potter wand.
Does it change this? Does it change the sound?
It's wooden, and you have to hold it against you like this and play it like this versus you hold it like this.
Okay.
Oh, I'm demonstrating using the mic as a demonstration. You have to hold it like this. So I don't think she like holding it like this or whatever.
It's not flattering.
No, but it's a very traditional cumbia, so it's fine.
Interesting. I don't know anything about instruments.
It's okay.
We all make mistakes.
Yeah. Well, I guess I should have. I've always wanted to play an instrument. I tried playing guitar and it never worked out for me. So I just gave up on it. So I made a profit on the guitar.
There you go. At least you got something out of it.
Yeah, that was the best thing about it. But I do like music, and I'm very, not just inspired. That's just like a cop out where enamored, is that the word? Just intrigued by people that can play music, can sing. And so I love when I interview, I was going to say instruments, when I interview people that can play instruments or can sing. People in band just doing this, doing their thing. So I love this. But before we go any further, let's introduce.
I'm Michelle Betancourt. I am what Alicia likes to call the woodwind Swiss Army knife. You will find me pretty easily because I'm literally carrying a wagon everywhere with all of my horns that go on stage with me. But I play saxophone and I play flute for the band.
2 different saxophones, alto and tenor.
Nice.
I'm Christina. I'm the band leader and I play drums.
And I'm Alicia C, lead vocals, Ouida extraordinaire.
Yeah.
And also, co-band leader.
Co-band leader. Oh, she didn't say co-band leader. She said band leader.
Well, she's number 1.
I started the band.
I just take care of it.
Okay. Fair.
She keeps us looking good.
Mm-hmm.
So Llamativa, from when I looked it up, the word that came back was striking. But to tell you the truth, before I learned about the band, I never even knew the word Llamativa, what it was or anything like that. And I am a Spanish speaker. That was my first language. Sometimes you can tell, sometimes you cannot. Sometimes you can't even tell that I can speak any language. But
Oh my god.
but I've never heard of this word, so I thought it was something that was like invented, like one of those. So I thought that was cool. But when I learned about the word being striking, now I can tell, like in the logo, there's like a lightning strike.
Yeah, there's
right?
a lightning bolt to represent the word striking. Exactly.
Nice.
Exactly.
Okay. So what made y'all want to name the band Llamativa, or what does it represent to y'all?
So it means striking, it means bold. It means, actually, one of the words that I saw was like gaudy, like too much. I think when I was looking up words in Spanish, and it's a SAT word, like it's a big word in Spanish. It's not like a commonly used word. I didn't want there to be grupo this. I didn't want it to be sonora this or la
something.
like tropa this, or I didn't want any of that. I feel like that puts you in a box.
Yeah.
So like you see those types of words and you immediately think this is the type of music that they play. I wanted just one solid word, and you can define it as you want. But I wanted to represent, a bunch of strong-willed women. So I just started using, I guess, like a thesaurus of Spanish words, and just kind of took what stuck out to me, and Llamativa was one of them. I just liked exactly what it says, in the dictionary about it.
What was the closest second?
I be honest with you, I don't know, because I saw that word and it never left my head. I sat and chewed on the word Llamativa for a really long time before I even started calling band members. I did not want a weak word if I was going to go a one word band. So I couldn't even tell you, to be honest with you, what the other ones were, because that's the only one that I was like, that sounds cool. That comes off nicely. We've been called a lot of other things over time, but honestly, like if you do look at it, I feel like it's somewhat memorable, just because if you look at it in English, it's like llama.
Yeah.
And I think that could be somewhat memorable, or at least close enough if you're looking up the band name, if you're trying to find something.
It's kind of what we use too when we're on stage to help people find us on social media. We're like llama and then TIVA.
Yeah, it's helpful. It's really helpful. And those are the things I chewed on. Like, while I'll be driving in my truck and I'm like, how do I feel about this? And then I just eventually was like, that's it. I'm keeping it.
Yeah. So then that's why I thought it was like a word that was invented, because like the business side of things, like when you want to go for a brand or a logo or anything, it has to be something that is short and quirky, something that's not new or not commonly seen, and that can stick to your brain. And Llamativa kind of does that. To me, when I first learned about it, or the name, before even looking it up, it meant like, to me, it meant like a calling, because llama, like, me llámame,
Got you.
So that's what I like. I thought that's what it was gonna mean, like it's a calling, and like you're calling either an audience, you're calling something, or it's in a calling for y'all. So that's what I thought it was gonna mean. But it's cool. Like, I still like the fact that it's like striking. All female band, striking.
Think of us as either striking like that, or a really, really pretty / ugly piece of costume jewelry. That's what I think of, because it says gaudy.
Yeah. But it also says bold and beautiful.
Yeah.
So
That's why I said a pretty piece of ugly costume jewelry.
It's like a pug.
tell us how you really feel. It's like a pug.
They're so ugly. They're
so
cute.
So we're so ugly. We're cute.
I'll take it.
I mean, she said costume jewelry.
Let's just. And
You know what? She's not entirely wrong. Like, I've heard sentences go, "Oh, look at that pug. It's so ugly. Oh, it's so cute." Like in the same sentence, like, "Look at that cute dog. It's so ugly." Like, I've heard that before.
Like, well, think about it. If you see all this costume jewelry laid out, the ugliest one is the one that stands out. And sometimes it's like, when you look up close, you're like, man, that's a lot of fake jewelry. Like
She doesn't think we're ugly, okay?
I don't. I've
Like,
seen
that is not-
this.
that is
Yes.
not
This
I
is
don't
not
know.
what we're going with. We are not
I
an
don't know.
ugly
Yeah.
band.
As soon as I said that, I felt like I was agreeing.
That's fine.
And I'm like, no, because I've seen y'all's videos like on stage and everything. There's nothing ugly about performances, what y'all look like on stage.
Thank you.
Or what you sound like. So
That's Alicia. I cannot take credit.
well, that's all of you. I mean, all of you are playing in the band. The music is only going to come out through everybody, not just one person.
Well, we're talking about like the aesthetic.
Just looks.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
I will claim that. Yes. Everybody has their own little Pinterest folder.
Of what? So you guys do you guys don't try to match when you're on stage? Because sometimes I do see
Well,
like
I curate
a lot of leather.
everyone's. I curate everyone's
Okay.
clothes, like who's wearing what.
Okay.
But leather is the
The
component, like
And-
and Doc Martens.
Yeah.
Nice. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm failing
And my goal was to
with
go
my-
like with your tongue.
I almost match black.
Bob's or Tom's son.
They're Toms.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
He's got money.
No. I haven't bought a new pair of Toms in forever, but
Yeah, no, I wanted to go with like punky, also sexy at the same time, but punk-ish. So Alicia took that and ran with it, and she's kind of defined it a little bit more. And yeah, there's Pinterest boards that we have to follow, and we have to have permission to wear things.
when did how did the band start forming?
Okay, so
That's a you.
I always wanted to do an all-female band. It took me years to really get the courage to do it. A lot of the girls in this band, and we've had some changes over the years. Not too many, honestly, just two realistically, from the OG members. But everybody in the band is connected one way or another. So some of them I went to school, to college with, and the music program with. Some of them I've known since I was, in my teenage years. Some of them are referrals from other girls in the band. Some of them I played gigs with randomly, and we just met. So just a course of networking over the years and, trying people out and going off of this person's good at playing, this person's not. And obviously we just have managed, I think in the last year we've really set who's our main members here. And I'm really happy with what we've put together at this point.
So though there is 8 of us, we have 2 honorable mentions though that I feel don't get enough credit, which is Jenny is another one of our actually 3 honorable mentions. Jenny plays the trumpet. Claudia Yare plays the trumpet for us whenever we need a sub, and then Sarah plays bass for us whenever we need a sub, and they're also as equally as important as the core members.
We also have some Llamativos, some guys that we do have to sub in every now and then if we have to. But really, I mean, for the most part, it's our core members. So I can go through and give a synopsis of kind of how we all know each other. So Alicia, I played a gig with her on
there?
drums.
Was it really?
Fiesta Latina.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I played a gig with her. I just put a post looking for a lead singer, and she reached out to me. I didn't think she was serious, but then we had a business meeting, and she was down. And at first, she wasn't a business partner in the band, and then eventually, I invited her to do so just because I hate social media for the most part. I'm not good at it. I mean, I used to do it for a living, and I think I got burnt out, so I don't mess with it anymore. Ishel here, just because you're here. Ishel was a referral from our keyboard player, as well as some of the guys from La 45 who knew her, one of the guys. So Ishel, we called in, and we had originally 2 trumpets and a trombone, and we're like, let's try trumpet, saxophone, trombone for our next go round. So we called her, and she fit like a glove, and she plays multiple instruments, which worked out really well for us. And then Claudia, our trumpet player, we actually did go to school together. We did not realize that we were the same people just because it's been so long, but we did go to UTSA together, and we knew her from some other bands that we've played in. I knew her. And then Celeste, our trombone player, I went to college with in the music program. didn't really speak in college. She got on my nerves in college, and I make fun of her all the time because she would ask so many questions to the professor. I'm like, she just went over that, and I'd be like, frustrated. I wasn't friends with her in college, but we were friends on Facebook, and I reached out to her. Bass Gabri was a referral.
The baby.
Our baby of the band.
Is she the
She's the youngest.
She's the youngest one.
Okay.
Yeah, she just turned 21.
She just turned 21.
Yeah, so she's our baby. We're molding her, which is really awesome. She's very receptive to everything and really absorbs. But she was a referral from another musician friend that we know. Bass was actually the hardest instrument to find out of all of them. And Vettel, our keyboard player, she another person I'd played gigs with in the past. She's actually a percussionist first, and then but she plays keys with us. Does percussion on some of our recordings and stuff like that, though. Amy, it's a lot of girls. Amy. Now I've known Amy since I was a teenager. She's my comadre. I'm the godmother to her child. Her and Mike Dotis III's youngest. She's a sister to me. So she's our musical director. So she does our set list. She runs our rehearsals. She makes it sound good, essentially. So I've known her forever, and we've played in bands together. But she doesn't like to be in the spotlight. She does not like to be in charge when it comes to this type of stuff. She's very much behind the scenes. But on stage, she's in full control. She
will go full band director mode.
She will go full band director mode. She's the boss on stage, and I have to respect that. Sometimes I want to test her, and I have to tell myself I put you there for a reason.
Okay.
So it's nice. Who am I missing?
I think
That's
everybody.
it. I got everybody. Okay.
Well, if we missed anybody,
Yeah.
too hard, too fast, we don't check the facts. So, but okay, so that was a long list of names and trying to remember. So with that said, what is the reception when from other people when they see 8 females take the stage, or even just when you're trying to book a gig? Like, what is the feedback you get from that?
So at first it was a little hard. It was kind of like, what do you mean? But as I've been doing it,
And we don't have to like talk money stuff or anything. It's just like, whoa, because you technically don't see big band, all female band.
As I've been doing it now, we're kind of a novelty, and so I'm running with it because you don't see exactly that. You don't see 8 female or 8 women on stage playing together the instruments that they're playing. It's usually a vocalist backed by a male group.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what we're trying to represent, is that we're chingonas and girls can do it just like, or even better than men. And then we also want to represent and have the younger generation be able to see themselves like,
Yeah.
We just played a gig in Austin this past Sunday, and there was a little girl who ran up to the stage. It was like a family-friendly gig at a brewery, and little girl came up. She said, "Mommy, they're all girls," and that to me is, if I saw that as a little kid, and knowing that, like for me, I always knew I played drums since I was a kid. As a little girl, and I'd seen 8 girls on the stage, I would have inspired the heck out of me, and that to me is important. So I want that, for us. It stretches a little more than just 8 chingonas on the stage. We do want to inspire the younger generation to do
representation matters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Big time. I think especially with like the instrumentalists.
Yeah. Because
most of the time it's, even with all the popular groups, it's usually you might get the one female that's in the horn line in the back, but 95% of the time it's all men. So when you have a horn section of 3 women and we all play very well, it's, it just shows the other girls. It's like, hey, y'all can come and do this too.
Yeah.
Don't afraid. It kind of gives off don't be apologetic about what instrument you're playing. Like, you play tuba, go be the best tuba player you can be. Doesn't matter if you're a female.
Right.
I like that. Especially drums. And you said you played the drums, correct?
Yes.
I almost never see a female playing the drums.
Yeah.
She doesn't only play for us.
Oh, what is it?
I've played for a lot of people. I've played most notably probably for everybody would be Stephanie Montiel for like 9, almost 10 years. I played for her, and those years that I was with her, I mean, you should see. I could tell you horror stories of how misjudged I was as a woman. I would eat into it. I tell the story a lot. It's just, I showed up to a gig, I'm putting the drums together, doing everything, and the sound guy's like, well, what time's the drummer getting here? I'm like, you know what? I'm not really too sure. He'll be here eventually. Oh, he didn't make it to sound check, you know, this and that. And then time comes to play the show, and I get behind the drums and I start playing. I would do stuff like that all the time where they would be rude to me, think I'm just like some girlfriend in the way. And I'm like, actually the musician who's going to play the instrument. And it goes two ways too. Like, they want to help you with your stuff and stuff. And I'm very particular about people touching my things because that's how things get lost.
Yes.
And I'm notorious for losing things. So I don't like any of that. I want to be kind of left alone in my own bubble to do that. And it's because I've learned over the years that because being so underestimated, being so misrepresented, you kind of just have to be strong on your own. And I think in this band, all the women that we have, especially the instrumentalists, have already learned that for themselves, because Michelle carries, like she said earlier, she's with the wagon. She's got all her instruments, all her things. She doesn't ask anybody for help. Doesn't ask anybody for help. Celeste's got her big trombone that she's got to lug around in the stand and this and that. Like, it's a lot of stuff. And
Vero has the keyboard on her back.
big old keyboard on her back. Amy has 2 big old congas that she's got to haul around. And you're like, it's a lot.
What does Alicia care?
At least
That bag right there.
Alicia carries a bag full of goodies. She helps.
Who's next?
She just recently started. I'm so proud of you.
Stop.
she just recently started helping us. I kind of gave her a hard time. You're a band leader. You need to be here early. You need to stay late. I told her. So she has. I'm so proud of you. It's not just singing anymore. So there's a lot of that. But I played with it. I played with Estina Vida. I play with La 45 right now as well. And I sub for anybody who calls me. It's tough.
How do you remember all that music, like, for all those bands?
She's got a Rolodex
Yeah.
in her brain.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
practice, repeating. And a lot of times, like, I don't get to practice, like, sit down and practice because I'm so busy listening to music.
We'll be writing, and she's like, I got to practice real quick. I'm like, and then her practice is she's playing the song, and she's just, okay. And I'm like, oh, God, I could never.
I've talked about this a few times, like, the difference, like, with drummers, sometimes we don't have the ability to practice in a lot of places because it's a loud instrument. And so you've learned to have to listen to things, write notes and stuff like that. But I see music in my head, like, as notes because I can read music and stuff. So if I, like, commit a rhythm to memory in a difficult place, then it's always going to be there.
Okay.
So I think that's really helped me. But again, I think as far as these musicians go, I saw a particular strength in each one of them. I didn't want any musician, and I hate to say this, there's a lot of women musicians out there who cannot handle it. They cannot take constructive criticism. They cannot take, being told no. This group of musicians can take it, and I am proud of that because it's tough. It's tough. You think it's personal, and you feel that way, and you feel attacked sometimes because you're a woman and because you already feel underestimated by everybody else. But in here, we don't have that issue anymore.
But also you might have it from, like, an outsider perspective, like the person that is getting what is it? I don't even know. This is how bad I am with the person that calls y'all for a gig. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming that if they call you for a gig, they know it's all female. But
Right. I mean, it's tough with that too because let's say we have an exact replica of everything we do, but it's 8 men. Who do you think they're going to call? Because it's not going to be us.
Yeah, okay.
And it's unfortunate, even if we're better than them, but you don't know because you're looking on the outside perspective. If you're looking at a surface level. And they're also going to think, oh, those are guys, we should pay them more. The girls will come for less. So it's just like a corporate workplace. It's the same thing here. Yeah. And it's hard. And Alicia and I have had to make sacrifices to get our foot through the door where we need to and make a stance to say, no, we're good. Wait, we can do this. And I mean, I think at this point we've kind of dug our heels, and this is where we're at. And take it or leave it.
For the band.
Say again?
Like we advocate for the band, and it's very like we're not just a pretty face. I'm sending videos. We practice. We're together, and everybody from the exception, the leaders work in the corporate world. We don't do anything with music education like the rest of the band does.
Oh, and Claudia. Claudia's.
No, Claudia.
Claudia works for the CIA.
She really could. Like, she can't talk about her job at all. We don't know what she does.
We can't talk. We don't know what she does, but I'm set that she works for the CIA. That's what she does. That's why she can't make it to
They're
most
going to turn
gigs.
your podcast off.
I know, right? I was like checking that. And we're still, everything's still recording.
She doesn't work for the CIA. We just can't talk about
That
where
we
she
know of.
works. Yeah. We just can't talk about what she does. But yeah, everybody has like, Michelle, how many degrees do you have?
3.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay.
Music.
Nice.
Yeah.
All music related.
Nice.
Amy's got 2. And these are all music. Beto's got 2. Amy's got 2. Celeste has 1. She's a band director.
Yeah.
So she's with kids all
She's
day.
with middle school kids all day.
All day.
And Amy's with the elementary kiddos because she teaches the little ones. So she's already like.
And she teaches special education.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then Gabri is about to finish hers in music.
She's
as
just
well.
excited.
So
She's
they
about to
got,
graduate.
most of them have a full life on top of trying.
Everybody works.
Yeah.
Everybody works.
That's crazy.
Everybody.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I work in commercial property management.
I'm a recruiter. I find people jobs.
Nice. Wow. Okay. So this whole time I thought you guys were just doing the band and that's it.
No, that's what
okay, I'm kidding.
that's what the calendar and
like.
the group message thingy thread is for. Getting 8 girls. Oh my gosh.
It's like
I can't
herding
imagine.
chickens.
So that's gonna be part of my next questions
Okay.
too.
A few moments later.
I mean, you might be able to see the Dorito dust on the pants.
I don't got no Doritos.
Kidding.
But all of y'all, stop.
I'm just mad nobody offered me Doritos.
They're right there.
I'm kidding. I'm gonna get.
Sponsor us.
Oh yeah. I lost where I looked at my notes and I lost where I was. So we touched a little bit on the different, or I mentioned the fact that you guys play different genres. How do you guys mix all that together? Is it everything? Do you try to mix it together, or you make sure that each song in the set can be seen as a different genre song? And do you try to add a different sound to it to make it Llamativa sound? I know that was a lot in one.
It's okay. So this is all danceable music with the exception of maybe like a few songs on our set. So when you have a cumbia circle going, I don't want it to stop. You know, I want them to continue dancing, switch partners, do whatever they're going to do. If they're going to go to the bar and take a drink, when they're done getting their drink, that they come back. Or, you know, whatever they're doing as far as the audience goes. So a lot of the songs we tie together. They're different tempo, like different timing of different cumbias. And we might have 2 fast ones and I've got to like in between, like bring us back down to a slower tempo. But you know, one of the things that we've noticed in cumbia, and because I come from a very heavy Tejano world, in cumbia, they stand out there and they wait for the next song. Like if you're talking in between and I'm just playing, me as a drummer, I keep grooving while the band is switching their charts to the next song. They stand there and they wait, and they'll keep dancing and they wait for the next song. So we want to keep it going. But when we switch styles of music, so if we play 4 cumbias in a row, 2 fast ones, 2 slow ones, or whatever, we have to stop if we're gonna go play a salsa tune. Because they're expecting us to play another cumbia, and B, we want to give the opportunity for anybody who might know salsa to come up and do it. And we don't always announce like, oh, we're gonna play salsa. Everybody who can dance salsa, come up here, or anything like that. But we jump into a different genre. It also gives us a minute to reset because we've played 4 songs in a row. So we'll do a little bit of like, you know, English here and there depending on the length of the gig and the crowd, and like some of our cha-chas or ballad type songs too, same thing. So we give those space. So few cumbias in a row, something different, you know, maybe another cumbia or 2, something different. We try to mix it up. What were you gonna say? Sorry.
It also gives Vettel time to switch patches on her keyboard.
Yeah, she's got to switch sound
keys.
effects. Yeah, so we've got to give time in between. Different genres require different levels of playing and difficulty. Salsa's different. You know, it's a little bit harder than our cumbias. So we need a minute to take a breath and reset and get ready for, you know.
Just prepare.
Because those songs are long too. Salsa songs are long. They're not 2 to 3 minutes like a normal song. They're like 5 minutes, 5 minutes and over. So and it's a journey. Salsa's not. Here's the verse, the chorus, the verse, the chorus, the bridge, back to the chorus, and you're out. We're talking different sections and different rules and this and that you have to follow. And we have some salseras in the group who like to follow the rules. So we have to follow the rules.
Amy.
It's not Amy and Vettel. Amy and Vettel.
I never know that about salsas. I just know red and green. So.
And sometimes orange.
Sorry, that joke.
And sometimes orange.
Sometimes I love
orange.
green. Yes, I like the orange one when it is there. It's just spicy.
No.
Do you ever feel like when you're playing a gig and let's say you just drop 3 cumbias in a row or 4, and then you switch it up and you start losing the crowd?
Absolutely.
What do you guys do?
We play the song. You know, it was part of the set. We're gonna commit to it. If we notice that the crowd is really not feeling salsas or something, or anything like that might be different, I might skip them, you know, on the next part. But once we've started the song, we're gonna finish it. You know, it's part of the set. It's part of the time. When you have a certain specific duration of time that you're supposed to play for, when you start removing songs, you have to replace them with something because. Yeah. But we're gonna do the song, and then maybe moving forward, we might switch it up to just playing what the crowd might like.
Like everyone out there, we're no longer doing suavecito.
There are some songs that we won't.
Why? What? Or can I ask why?
Yeah, actually.
Also, I did ask why all out too.
So
Why?
Okay. I actually talked about this in
Earlier.
We had a rehearsal earlier. For those of you watching the podcast, we had it before this. So I talked about in the years that I played with Stephanie. We played with a lot of cumbia bands, like a ton, because she's not primarily cumbia. You know, she has Tejano. She's a Tejano artist, but we played with a lot of cumbia bands from time to time, especially when we played out of San Antonio. And so we saw a lot of cover bands. I saw a ton of bands, and I go watch me by myself, like a lot of bands. I've studied the heck out of this music. They all play the same thing. They play the same rotation of 20 songs. And do we have some of those 20 songs in our set list? Absolutely. They make people dance. You want to hit them hard at the beginning, get their attention. But let's say that one band plays this set list, this band plays the same set list, and you're all trying to go play at the same club. You're just going to undercut each other in price.
Yeah.
You're going to what makes you different? What is your niche? Our niche is not just that we're women. It's also that we are playing music that is difficult, that is still familiar, but it might not. It's like kind of like you back when you had CDs, the CD that made the CD. Like here's the famous song. I'm trying to think of an example. Here's your single that made a ton of money and made you famous, right? The second single that you released may have not been as exciting, but it still made you money. We're probably going to play that song, not the first one. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's something that I wanted to do from the get, because I don't want to sound like every other band out there, and that was important to me. So she brought up Suavecito. I told our MDS, I told Amy, I said, I'm done with the song. It's a great song. Love it. Everybody knows it. Makes people dance. But everybody plays it. And so I had to tell the girls earlier, I know y'all want to play the party songs. I know they're fun. They're great fillers for when you need a long set. But everybody plays it. And now you're playing it, this band's playing. Who plays it better? Who cares? Right. You know what I mean? Like that's what I think is important. So.
But what if it's like, free bird? Play free bird. Every drunk person, free bird.
Right.
It's like, what if it's like somebody's in the crowd yelling?
Then they should have hired the other band. I get you. Well, but you see, but that's my point.
No. It makes sense.
Or they go to our Cash App.
You want to hear what
request a song? Yeah.
No, but I'm with you. Or Don't Stop Believing. Every band ends with Don't Stop Believing, but I don't like that. And I'll be honest, I kind of learned that all the years on the road with different original musicians of this is what it is. And I used to get frustrated because you wanted to play this song, you wanted to play that song, but you're pushing other music.
Yeah.
So.
Well, even I've heard like in different interviews or podcasts with like artists that have like a large catalog of their own music, where they start hating their own music because that's the only thing people want to hear.
Oh, I'm almost certain Alida hates Duele.
I mean, I don't know if she does.
It's like Oasis with Wonderwall. They
Yeah.
like stopped playing it for a while because they just couldn't do it
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
So you hear that all the time, and I've been in concerts, and it was Jack Ingram. I don't know if you guys know, he's a country music singer, and he's playing and he's doing a good show. He's trying to play a lot of his new music, and just like everybody else, he leaves the hits for the last. But there's a drunk lady in the front going, "Play." I don't know what song it was. Just play. And he finally stopped middle of the song and looked at her and said, "I will get to it. I am a professional. Trust me, I know what I'm doing."
Right.
And I was like, that has to be annoying. And then at some point, you don't want to play those songs. Like, you want other people to hear how you've grown as an artist as well.
Yeah, and they become mundane. You know, I hate. I don't want this to come off negatively by any means, but when I played with Stephanie, "Quien Quiere Shots" was the party song that we played, that we'd recorded. I recorded that song, and it was the most boring song for me to play on drums, but it was a song that made everybody party. So in between each song, shots. And I'm like, we're gonna play it, and we always closed with it. Or sometimes we'd come going out the gate with it because we don't want everybody to be singing that, that in between each song. But that's the kind of deal here. I don't want to play these specific songs that everybody plays. I want people to kind of think, what are they gonna play next?
Yeah.
What do they have up their sleeve? And we've taken songs that are not traditional cumbia and made them cumbia but they're recognizable songs to where people are like, what in the world just happened?
That's cool, because you have that power too to switch up.
Exactly.
The gig we had this weekend, I feel we had a good mix of stuff that it brought people out to the dance floor or to the dance space that have never done it before. You had all walks of life this past Friday that even the owners and the people that worked at the bar or the brewing company were like, this hasn't happened before.
Nice.
And I think we were tagged in a video that said, "I love when cumbia brings us all together."
Yeah.
And
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love when
that's awesome.
And it was a bunch of people just cheering for us because we had just finished our set, and you have everybody just there. It didn't matter who you were, what you looked like, nothing. And it felt great.
That's awesome. That's actually really cool.
The cumbia circle got started.
Yeah, we had a cumbia circle.
It would, okay.
It was more of an oval, but
No, not even that. I was like, who here has been to a quinceañera? And everybody, I was like, okay, I want the circle. It turned into a conga line. It was a conga circle. And then I was like, told you, because I want to do conga. And she won't do it, but whatever.
Yeah.
It's neither here nor there.
Could there ever be a cumbia circle mosh pit?
See, okay.
No, too much.
Okay, no. I want to point. So this band, in my vision of it, actually, and why we wear leather, why we wear all black, why we wear dressed like this. I'm an elder emo, so we have a few elder emos in the band actually. So my whole life of listening to music still till this day is emo music. When we go on drives, if it has screaming, she gets mad and she wants me to change it because she can't. But I don't care. I still listen to it. If I'm driving, I'm in control. But I listen to a lot of that type of music.
Yeah.
Now, am I expecting an emo mosh pit? No. Like, I've played with Pinata Protest before, and they get them crazy on like
I
a
forgot,
punk rock version of like Volved and stuff like that. And that is so cool to me. I mean, I don't know how we do that with cumbia. I'm not sure. I'm sure maybe we could figure something out. But we could do like a wall of death and everybody just runs into each other. But
That'd be awful. Now you're not getting paid because you're a library.
this is why Warped Tour has signs. No crowd surfing.
No crowd surfing. But I mean, that would be cool. And I'll be honest, like some of the aesthetic of the album that we're working on is emo. So very dark, if you will.
Okay, so I've been on the outside of mosh pits looking in. I've never jumped in because I've always worn glasses, and I'm like, I'm not gonna lose my glasses. But if you can actually make a cumbia mosh pit, I will jump into that.
We have to work on that. We'll have to find one.
I would.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Huh?
I'm gonna hold you to
Like
it.
I will do it.
a
I would
wepa.
100%.
Yeah, we'll do
Now you gave
a
us an
wepa mosh
idea.
pit.
Wepa mosh pit.
Wepa mosh pit.
With kicks. And kick it. Just kicking
Just
everywhere.
kick each other's ankles.
No, because then somebody's gonna take out an ankle.
Still a liability.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay.
We got it.
where's
We'll
the
figure it
loophole?
out. We can practice at
Okay,
home.
we'll
We'll practice like kicking each other.
He's like, but don't hit here. hit here.
There's
Okay,
rules.
guys.
we can get an A-frame of rules to put on stage.
Nothing
the
on the
Cumbia
shin
mouse
area.
Circle. This is not that one.
Nowhere near
This
the
one,
shin.
yes. That one, no.
So you guys mentioned your recent performance. It was at Meanwhile Brewing.
Correct.
What other besides that? What other performance or gig really stands out to you guys, and why? And I keep saying guys. I'm sorry. It's
Fine.
I need to stop it regardless.
I want to say that it's a culmination of a few of them, but I really like when our community and our city wants us to represent the city. The Day of the Dead River Parade, they book us, so we get to play at the Artisan. And that's big. It brings thousands of people out. Muertos Fest, we just performed there. And it was a great show too. We had people dancing, people standing in the sun. And the stage that we were on was where the sun hits everyone directly. And there were people there wiping their sweat and jamming out. But the city of San Antonio, Visit San Antonio, Bexar County, they hire us. And we've I really appreciate that because it's also extended to the city of Austin, the city of Elgin, the city of New Braunfels. And that's why I laugh. I'm like, we're kind of like the Cities of band, which I'm okay with. But those have been, I think, the most rewarding for me.
Yeah, because they're big shows, like they're big concerts, and for them to put that trust in us, and they do their research. When it comes to a city gig, they've done their research. Right. They have a whole person, team of a board of directors, who've done their research, who have to present bands to make sure that it's a good representation of the city and whatever festival they're putting on. So for us, it's kind of honorable for us to have that. We've been really fortunate that we've made those types of connections.
And we've been to South by Southwest twice.
And I'm jealous.
So.
Not just, that's awesome. I somehow want to get into South by Southwest. I don't know what I want to do with it, but I want to be in there with a mic, something like this. So congrats on that.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know what it is about. Maybe it's just San Antonio, or at least the people that I see. But to me, San Antonio, you guys might have a different perspective on it because you might see the business side of it. But from an audience perspective, I think a lot of people are very receptive to an all-female band. At least it just inspires, not just younger people. I can see just old ladies, old men, and just people of our age, just for some reason, just being. I'm gonna say the word enamored again. I don't know why I'm saying that word. I've never used that word before.
I wasn't the best when I first started. I mean, you met me as Alicia C.
Right.
And I told you, ran off the stage. So I joined the band with the intention of artist development because I need to be able to engage with an audience and stuff like that. I've recently, and I want to say recently because it has just happened recently in the last 3 months, realized the importance of of audience engagement. When you engage with them the way, the conga line, because I was able to be so close to them, I was able to spin each person, high five them, or whatever. But then we had 58 new follows.
Nice.
On social media. And so I feel if you show them who you are and you're not just, some artist that's singing on stage or whatever, you want to get to know them too. And you're normal, you're human type thing. It's important. And what you're saying, it's they're enamored. Yeah. It's a fan for life.
Yeah, and that's actually, just on a side note for that, it's the hardest part, I think, of a band. So you need to have somebody in the front. It doesn't always have to be the singer either. It's whoever's talking on the microphone and engaging. That is the voice of your band, not the singer. It's who's that can make or break. Are you entertaining? Are you not? Are you talking too much? Are you talking about things you shouldn't be talking about? Are we going to ask how many cowboys in Texas? For me, let's talk to the crowd. Let's make it. And also, talking too much, you got to just play. They came there to see you to dance, or they came to see you play. So I think there's got to be a balance as well. And for me, when I was looking at who to put in front, I really didn't know Alicia needed artist development, but I thought it was an opportunity to kind of mold her to what I felt was good. And I don't really take credit for it. I feel like Amy kind of molded you a little bit more into that, and you really have come out of your shell. So kudos to you.
It's hard for her to give me compliments.
And for me, like, the reason why I was happy to bring her on, you know, as a business partner in this band was because I do not have that, whatever that is. So I like to be in the back and run things from the back.
Charisma?
Yeah, charisma. I mean, I think when I like right now I feel fine or whatever, but in front of a stage of people, sure I could talk, but I'd probably get nervous. And then after the gig, she's talking to everybody in the crowd. She's talking to everybody. I mean, everybody. She goes out there, hi, I'm Elisa, and she starts talking. You know, that's what you need to have in a band. You're human, right? I'm also human, but I'm just not as social. So that's all her.
I think, and like being a horn player, I usually stand next to her. So I always, my parents are, they're band parents, the marching band in high school. So, you know, even in my 20s now.
Our parents.
Yeah, they have been, the whole band has been adopted. I joke with my parents. It's like, yeah, no, we're just trying to keep up with Alicia on stage because I'm like, if she wasn't tethered by a cord, she'd be in the crowd, you know, dancing with them.
She's not allowed to get off the stage.
If she
Has she
was,
tried?
She's not allowed.
I already had this covered. There's a new song that I'm wanting to do, and I said, and I could get off stage and pick someone to dance with. She already said, you're not getting off the stage. So I get as close to the edge, and then I squat as I possibly can to get, but I'm not allowed off the stage.
Nope. But yeah, but I try to interact with her, and then like it eventually travel down to like the rest of the horn line, just because I don't want to feel that like awkward disconnect because, you know, yeah, we have an instrument in our hands, but we can still like
Yeah, you guys are swaying. Like in the videos I
do
see,
stuff.
you guys are swaying.
We have the
things.
coordinated horn moves.
I need to work on a little more choreography, but with baby steps.
No, it looks good. It looks good. It looks real good. Like I said, it looks like the whole band's engaged, which is good. Like you were saying, like it would be weird if she's going all hard and then you guys are kind of
we're just kind of awkwardly off to the side.
Yeah, and you can feel it though. Like if I swear, I think Meanwhile right now has been my favorite gig, especially that line at the end, because that one in Pix was fun. Pix was a vibe on its own. But I love rewatching the videos, not because I get to see me or whatever. I like to see their reactions to whatever it is that I just did. And it's fun because everybody is smiling. I'm like, oh, I'm acting like a fool, but it's fine because they're like, you know, kudos. So when I was engaging everybody, I could see all the smiles. And I love zooming in on the camera. Like, look, they're so happy. And so then I want to keep doing that. Yeah. Because when we're all smiling, you can see that the audience is like, hey, these girls are a vibe.
It's just fun. A transfer of energy. And I think that's important.
Nice. And the same thing with what you were saying earlier with your personality. It's everybody that knows me. They're like, how do you have a podcast? You hate talking to people. Like, you don't talk. I'm like, it's different. Like, I'm talking about things that interest me or that I find really...
I'm with you. That's how I am. Like, I did an interview one time. The first thing he said was like, you know, you can be like highly unapproachable. And I'm like, I don't mean to be. I'm just really sweaty after a gig and I don't want to talk to, like, I don't want anybody to smell me, or if I'm like smelling, I'm like self-conscious about it. But yeah, there's a few of us that are more reserved in the band.
I really want you, because she said smelly, to put like a smelly gas effect. Okay?
I'll try. Yeah,
okay.
I'll try.
Wow. I just want you to do that.
And then everybody tells me, you don't even smell. I'm like, whatever. Yeah, there's a few of us in the band who are more reserved. It's basically the whole back line that's super reserved. But we have our own vibe going on back there that they can't see. Their backs are turned to us. But I enjoy, like, I feel like the more energy we have, it transfers. And I think that's important.
Yeah, no, that is. Okay, so with it being... With it being 8 people plus, how do you guys work through disagreements? How do you keep connections strong? I know, you might get this question, and it's a question that.
Wow, sorry.
that was completely like you messed completely.
There's a big asshole.
I thought you were going for the chair. I thought you were putting it on the chair. Sorry.
Okay,
No, yeah. How do you?
I can't with you.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm trying to.
Hey, stop laughing.
How do you guys keep? How do you guys keep it together?
Do I answer now? Okay.
Okay, wait, stop. Yeah. Take a deep breath.
I got it. I'm good. I think my question's out there already.
Can I answer?
Wait, what was the question? I missed it. I was laughing.
How do we deal with conflict?
Oh, how do we
basically,
keep
Not just
together.
conflict, but like just keep like your bond strong.
We all hate each other.
Wow. No. Okay, so
And boom, right there. That's
You just send it, and then the logo breaks in half. They're no longer together. Sorry. I'm crying. My fucking eyelashes are gonna fall off. I'm so sorry.
that's your. You can cuss. You can cuss on the podcast. It's up to y'all. Whatever you want to say. I'll bleep it.
I'm gonna answer is how do we deal with connections and conflict? Okay, so I feel like I'm decent at delivering different types of information. I don't have a problem with confrontation. I don't. I feel like it's necessary. I think I've been trained in my corporate job to.
She's real peleonera.
Yeah, I really. But it's the job that I do in my everyday life is really trained me to be able to have hard conversations with people. Just a bunch of women. There's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of like feelings and stuff.
There's a lot of sinking.
Thinking. Oh.
But like this group is pretty thick-skinned, and I talked about it earlier. You know, about being able to take constructive criticism, be able to like hold it together or whatever. But I also feel that I have a direct relationship with
She's not gonna
everybody
stop,
in
sorry.
this group.
I see him jiggling too.
What? I wasn't.
I don't know how you're gonna edit this, but I think it's
I think
important
I'm
to
gonna
talk
leave it all
about.
in. This is perfect.
Okay, anyway.
I'm crying. Give me a second.
Oh my God. Anyways, so I feel like because I have a direct connection to everybody in this group, I don't mind, talking to everybody if it's something we need to talk about as a whole, like we did today, or if you feel like tensions are rising, I'll address it. I don't see the purpose of letting that keep going because it gets worse and then it explodes. Like today, if we had some questions about stuff, some miscommunication things, and I just kind of time out, I took control and said, look, we're going to talk about this. And I said what I thought about. I took responsibility. I think it's important too, taking accountability and responsibility on some of my problems that I need to work on as a leader, stuff like that. I think that says a lot to not just, I have to do that for myself, but I'm also trying to say, hey, I'm sorry, and I think that says a lot for a leader. And I've learned that just over the years being in management. But at the same time, it is hard for not just 8 women, but just 8 people to communicate, to make sure everybody's on the same page about something, to make sure that we know what's going on, that everybody knows where to be, what to wear, where we're parking, where we're doing this, it is difficult. The group chat, and then we're excited. We're all friends too, so we talk about other stuff in the group chat that has nothing to do with the band. We get distracted.
And then the important information is already way
too
too far
so,
up
so
on the
then we're all
thread.
trying to scroll down and figure out what it was that we were supposed to be doing. So but that I think that's what kind of keeps it fun for us. Is like we're a family. We're happy to play with each other.
And we miss each other.
We miss each other when we don't. So this is a big sisterhood, if you will, for us. And I think I have a tough exterior. Alicia has a tough exterior. Some of the other girls are just quiet. Some of them are loud. Some of them want. You've got a lot of personalities to deal with. So I feel like I keep an open door to talk to everybody. And that's how it should be. And Alicia does a lot of back end work, like a ton of it. So it works out. It's been a balance for sure. There's always room for improvement though.
Yeah, and that makes sense. And that's The real core, like everybody asks that question to any band. Like I know that's a typical question to any band, regardless of the size of it. But even more so with the fact that you guys have your own lives plus the band life.
Well, and Amy has 3 babies.
So,
Our
yeah,
MD has 3 kids. She's in another band. She's in her husband's band with La Cuarenta Cinco that I'm also in. The girls play in other bands too. Yeah, it's
hard because if it was just the band life, then yeah, you have no excuse for whatever else. Mm-hmm. But this it sounds challenging.
It is, but I think that just the open communication and talking about things has really, really helped. Like, Shell travels the furthest out of the whole band. She comes from Kyle. So she comes to rehearsals. She's here. She comes to this, and some of the other girls.
So right now you have to travel back?
Yes, I have to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, I don't mind it when 35 cooperates. Unlike Tuesday, where it took me 3 hours to get here. But we won't talk about that because that frustrated me. But we had Lalo when we got here.
Nice.
I think Christina did a really good job at setting the standard or the expectation when we first all sat with her to talk that we're going to crap. I lost my train of thought.
Do it, but not half-ass it. Like, not half-ass it. Like, actually, like,
What were we talking about?
Talking about dealing with conflict, and you were going to say I set the standard for what?
No. You said something prior to that. Me fue.
About Kyle and traveling.
Before that.
I will say
Room
my
for
friend.
improvement.
No. Never mind.
it'll come back to her.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking right now is that my friend's watching this episode that lives in Kyle. He's like, dude, you can't even come up to Kyle for once a year for my birthday or for like, yeah, man, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I do it sometimes 4 times in a week.
I think because going back to like my relationship with everybody, I think Ishel, you might be one of the only ones that I didn't have a prior relationship or didn't sit down with.
No.
But the way that Vettel described you and then your personality coming in, I feel like it just fit. I didn't have to have that conversation with you. It was very obvious from the get. And everybody else I already knew. So I had individual conversations with them. I called them, I talked to them before coming here. And with the whole balancing of different lives and schedules and bands, and I just needed to know. I said this when I was hiring everybody. I understand that this is not your life. That this is not, your number one. I get it. And I'm not trying to pressure you into feeling that way because I think that is not the way to go about something. I want it to be something you want to do and come and play and be with us and don't feel that pressure. I try not to pressure anybody. And I would say the disagreement we were having about earlier is like a little bit about subs and the music choices and stuff like that. Just stuff that we needed to sit and talk about a little bit as a band and address. And those are things that I don't want anybody to feel pressure or feel like, ugh, like Christina is like, no, I try to take care of everybody to the best of my ability when it comes to, pay and money and all the things that are important. I appreciate everybody's time. And I really do my best to show that. And Alicia and we talk a lot about what we're doing for each gig and how we're doing it. So there's a lot that goes into it. So I don't have a problem communicating with anybody and saying what I have to say. Sometimes I let it sit a little bit longer than I'd like to, but it's because I'm like, okay, this will turn around.
Yeah. So I think that's probably the key is just communication, especially with having so many people.
I think we've created a safe space for everyone to also
come to us.
Okay. Let's switch it back to a little bit more. We're coming towards the end of the episode. What message, not just to like young women, your girls, or but in general, to anybody that might come across Llamativa, what would you like for them to know about y'all and take away for themselves?
I don't know how it wouldn't be about women. It's hard. And it's not just that. Like, the guys that come see us play, and some of them are like musicians that I've known over the years, I'll invite them to a gig and they show up and they'll say, man, like, you guys sound great. And I know that they would not just say that because they're my friend, because they're good musicians, and they know that I would feel disrespected if they said that. I want us to be able to be recognized as, like, you know, not just a good band, not just a good group of women, but just that we're developed, that we're detailed, we're intricate. Like, this music that we play is not just fun. You know, I told the girls earlier, it might seem it, but I don't want us to be a party band. You know, this is not, I want us to sound good, to look good, and to be strong women, to show that it's possible. I mean, I think I get asked this a lot. Who's your favorite female drummer? How many female drummers can you name?
0.
That's sad.
Christina.
But how many female singers can you name? A ton.
Honestly, that's a tough question. It's much easier.
Yeah.
But I have really bad
how many female violinists can you name?
0.
Exactly. So
Lizzie Sterling.
Lizzie Sterling. And if you had said Sheila E. for the drummer, who else can you name? And that's the thing. Like, that, I don't want that. I want us to be, you know, notable. Like, Sheila E. put a dent into women drummers, you know. Llamativa put a dent into all female cumbia groups. How many female cumbia groups do you know? I know 2. You know, Orquesta Canela from Mexico. Like, they're freaking amazing.
Las Chicas de la Gran?
Yeah, like they're out there.
Yeah,
They're out there,
okay.
and they're phenomenal. But have you heard of them? No, and they're just as good. So I that's kind of what I'm looking at. It's just not just that we're all women. Yes, we are, but also just to be badasses.
Yeah. That's good because
Chingonas.
yeah, I mean, I knew coming here, I wanted to stress the all-female band. I wanted that out, especially because I think that's what you guys are putting out. And I said against you guys, y'all are putting that out. But I did not think of it in that way. I didn't even think about, like, what's a female drummer that I know or anything like that. Like, I definitely did not think about that.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then, like, think about the aesthetic too. I can go really far into this. Think about the aesthetic. You think of Sheila E. Like, oh, can you play heels when you play? Wear heels when you play? What does it matter if I can or can't? Like, does it? You know,
We're sexy with whatever we wear. If you're carrying yourself with that confidence, that's why we chose the Doc Martens. We're gonna be up there for hours. We're loading our shit. Like, we're picking it up. We're taking it to and from. This one's hauling a wagon. We are not gonna be. This one has a whole kit. You know, you see her walking. Like, sometimes there isn't a wagon or a dolly
to walk with everything.
and so each member has a piece of the drum kit. Like,
we're walking.
We're gonna be comfortable,
right.
and it's gonna be.
Yeah.
That doesn't make
Like,
us any less.
Like, side note to like the heels thing, like, I broke my ankle playing rugby. Like, I can't wear heels anymore. So, like, that goes out the window. Like, I have to get, like, I call them the little grandma heels. And no offense to all the nanas out there. 'Cause y'all got style.
They're coming for you.
I know. But, like, I can't, like, and I used to do the 4-inch, like, stilettos. Because that's what my mom, she would dress to the nines whenever my dad would go out dancing. And, like, I, took after that. But after that injury, like, I can't do it anymore. Like, my ankle hurts when it gets cold. So we're all about style, but comfortable.
It's 52 degrees outside right now.
Yeah. I mean, I think you can still. And the thing about, and I'll give this to Lisa. She lets us develop. Yes, she has Pinterest boards for everybody as far as our style and stuff, what we look like. But she still lets us be ourselves. You know, like, it's very geared towards our personalities. And going back to the whole female, like, aesthetic of, I hate to say this, but, like, sex sells type of deal. Sure, we can still do that, but, like, again, I don't want to be recognized for that.
Right.
That's not. I'd rather it the female of the artistry of our playing and our,
I want
details.
Them to see the personality.
Yes.
Yeah, the details,
The
like the fine details.
Yeah, that's definitely because you don't want to be. Here's how I put it. Like, I like being funny with the podcast and things like that. I don't want to be known as the funny guy on the internet that has a podcast. I want to be known as a podcaster who's also funny.
Yeah,
So,
I got
which
you.
is the same thing. Like, you don't want to be known as the sexy women who have talent, but it could be the talented women who can be sexy too.
Exactly. It's a good way to put it right there. Perfect analogy. Perfect.
Guys.
No, it's just the way I think about it sometimes too. Because like who am I to say what y'all should dress like or any artist? But it's true. Like there's certain styles that just sells a little bit more. If that person's comfortable wearing that, then whatever.
Yeah, and I mean, I do think stage, what you look like is important, of course, but again,
the sound is more important here.
Yeah.
And
I've seen some really interesting dressed or looking bands make a whole group of people dance. And do you think they're going to necessarily remember, what they were wearing? Maybe a little bit, probably. But I think it's important to just kind of ingrain certain things. And I think our niche has been working for us so far. So
I think with music, the real people that are like there for the music is how did you make me feel that night?
Exactly.
That's what we want to provide an experience along with where we're at, or like with what you're seeing. That you got good music, you have a crazy group of women that look amazing, and it's just a whole experience. And that's I think when you go to a good concert, and you have that experience, you're talking about it. You're listening to that whole concert or album for like the whole week after. You're just on this dopamine high of being there, and so that's kind of what we want.
Yeah,
for people to experience.
I like that. So final question. I didn't warn you guys before. I usually do. It's a too hard, too fast story, a funny story, a cautionary tale, or words of wisdom. I know you guys have shared already plenty of words of wisdom and cautionary tales, and even some funny stories. But I don't know if you guys want to each share one or just share one collectively of either one. It could be just a cautionary tale, words of wisdom, or a funny story.
I don't know if mine's a cautionary tale. I feel like it's cautionary and words of wisdom together. But I think as a female musician who's not in front, who's in the back of the stage, I've traveled, I've done it. It's been a lot of years of learning. There are so many women out there who I've spoken to who have stopped playing because it's too much. And whether it's too much physically, it's too much like being provoked, being instigated with things, or, being harassed or whatever it is. You can always leave a situation. You can always walk away from something. You can always start over. And you will find your place. I cannot stress that enough. I've talked about this. I talked about this in an interview, actually, that our bass player did for me. In my career, and not with this band, and I'm talking as a female musician, I have mostly played for only female-fronted bands. Men-fronted bands have not called me. Why? That's an extra room that they have to provide, that they don't think that I'll share a room with the man. They think that I'm not capable of playing their music until they actually see me, and they're like, oh, wow, you can play. That's frustrating, and that hurts a lot. I've had to earn, but I've been at the bottom having to do that, and I was finally given opportunities to build and build and build and build. So my word of wisdom to just keep going. You're going to find your place. Whether it means that you're doing it on your own or you're going with a group of people who support you and guide you and make you better, not just as a musician, but as a person. And I cannot stress that enough. It's so easy to just throw in the towel, and I'd be lying if I said that I haven't thought about it 1,000,001 times. But I keep telling myself, you know what? I just want to be comfortable with the people I surround myself with, and that will bring me enough success to go to the next level, whether that looks small or large.
Right.
I can't follow that.
I'll try. This is gonna sound kind of cheesy, but I think it's more words of wisdom than anything else, because I have not been doing this nowhere near as long as Christina. Mine is like a little blip, verse to her like timeline. But I think a lot of the inspiration for me, just like being a female instrumentalist, actually comes from. You're gonna be like, this has no correlation to anything. So I want to say it was back in 2019. The United States women's soccer team did LFG, and if you don't know what that is, it's a movie about them wanting to get paid as much as the men.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And the LFG, and you'll pardon my French, is for let's fucking go. So I kind of take a lot of what I've been doing in my musical career, I guess, by that little acronym. And honestly, it's kind of brought a lot of, things, because I'm just like, they tell me I can't do it. I'm just going to tell them, I'm going to do it anyways. My dad calls it me being terca. And I guess it kind of is, because you kind of have to be nuts to take 4 semesters of 18 credit hours in school.
Just keep going.
Yeah, and it was just I'm gonna be dog tired by the end of it, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it well, and I'm gonna prove to people that I can do it, even though you tell me no. So they told me I couldn't double major. I double majored, and then they're like, "Oh, you're gonna go teach." I'm like, "No, I'm gonna go get my master's degree, and not in my primary instrument." And that kind of led me to these ladies. And so my primary instrument is actually flute. I have a classical degree in flute. I decided to challenge myself and get my master's in jazz saxophone, which is where I met our keyboard player, Vettel. She convinced me to join the salsa band, and that like weaved its way to these ladies. But it's more of a, do it for yourself. And if somebody tells you you can't do it, tell them I'm going to do it anyways, no matter how long it takes me to get it done. Like, I'm just going to do it. I mean, I've learned that there is no correct timeline to what you want to do. Because it took me, I was in school for 8 years straight.
Preaching to us.
So
I'm like, and then.
I was here too. I was like, fuck, I did the timeline thing. I was like, no, I should.
But everybody has their own timeline, and some people take the scenic route to finish something, and that's okay.
I'm on a journey.
Yeah, you're on a journey,
But that's kind of what I was saying. Like you're on a journey. You'll get where you need to be.
Yeah, don't rush it. Yeah,
Believe.
be journey. Don't stop believing. But
my God.
like, as joking as that and corny as it may sound, it's
truth.
one of those things, and it's true. And yes, being a female, drummer or instrumentalist, it does make it a little harder, because there aren't that many, of us out there. There's a lot more now, like in the last 5 years, which has been great. My whole master's comp was on this, and I won't get into that. But comprehensive exam was on this. But it, having to dig through the history to find what I needed to find, it was like, what? But they're there.
Difficult.
They're just not talked about. And so I think us doing what we're doing is great, because it A, brings representation. B, it's it shows other young girls yeah, you can do it. And I laugh at myself because yes, we sing in mostly Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. I call myself the coconut.
She's a no sabo kid.
I am a no sabo kid.
Del Valle.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't born there. I was actually born here, but my
right.
parents moved for work. And so, but I grew up listening to all of this. Christina laughs at me because every time some Tejano song comes on, I'm over here nodding along. But, being able to kind of dip my toes into this and, kind of open that floodgate for, everybody else that wants to do it. To be hey, she's doing it, I can do it too, type of thing.
I like that.
They took everything.
Well, I like that time because I definitely did I need to be done with high school at here, and then I need to college here, and now I'm more I'm gonna get somewhere.
You know what? I have something to say about that.
Okay,
Yes,
go ahead
okay.
and cut me
So
off.
I did that. Yes, I did. We're millennials. We have the same timeline. We went to school together, and I had this vision that said I had to do this a certain way. Literally, right now, where I'm at in my life is, if it's not for this band, I don't know where I'd be. But I'm on that. It's okay to start over.
Yes.
It's okay to fail.
Yes.
As long as you don't sit in it, and you will be successful again. And so that's, if anything, it's if you fall down, just get back up, and you'll be successful if you keep trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so important. I can't. It's so important. I've had to start over a lot as well in the past like 3 years. And every time I'm like, God dang, I'm back down. I got to figure this out in different aspects of me personally, of my life. But, you know, I've had a really good support system. And I think if you just find some positivity somewhere, you can just keep moving forward. And sometimes that can be really difficult. But, you know, if you surround yourself with people, you know, and some sort of goal, I think that you can get there. And I think that's kind of the words of wisdom for anybody that you can take from hearing her, from hearing me, from hearing Alicia. Like, just keep going.
But also have fun. Like,
Yeah,
we
have
hang out
fun.
with each other. Like, not just because we're like after rehearsal.
Like we're gonna go eat after this.
or like
Not at Taco Palenque.
We're going to Taco Palenque.
She had a quinceañera for her cat and a
And we were all
housewarming
there.
party.
We were all
And we
there.
were all there. And it was a surprise party for her. And I brought cupcakes. Somebody else brought a cake.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
a family.
We did the Las Mañanitas for the cat. The cat had a cake.
We had a whole jam session, you know, those things are important. It's important. Like, and it makes you be able to just keep moving. Yeah,
All right.
I think we go through withdrawals if we don't see each other like in a certain amount of time.
I do.
We really do.
But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we've gone too hard, too fast with Llamativa. Thank you for this. Thank you for your
Thank you
time.
for having us.
Thanks for bringing me
Thank
into
you.
the space.
Yes, this is La 45 Studio, Next Gen Latinx. Yes, their headquarters. We are in their rehearsal room.
Yes.
So
I feel like the music outside just got louder the more we came, the longer we went. So it was a nice little background. Hopefully none of y'all can hear it. But with that said, remember, slow down, enjoy the moment. Bye.